Hi, my name is William Foley. I'm a graduate student at the Cooper Union, and I wanted to take this opportunity to share the work I've been doing. Cooper Union's in New York City. Right now it's February 26th, winter day. You see New York behind me. Fantastic skylight. And the project I'm working on is this. I am growing plants and food outside, and this project is being done under the guidance of Professor Dell at the Cooper Union. And what you see are 6 beds. The 2 here that I'm showing are unheated, meaning they're completely natural and have nothing modified to them, while the 4 beds you see here are heated, using hot water passed through pipes under the soil. Part of the experiments I'm trying to do is show that it is possible to grow plants outside in the winter, even in these tough conditions. Now here in New York, we've had some pretty cold weather the past few weeks, very hard frosts. But even in this harsh conditions, there's still differences in the plant growths. Over here, we have some kale plants. This is an unheated kale. Right now it's not looking too good. As you can see, the plant is actually frozen under ice. And the new growth could be better. It's not doing too hot. Whereas in the heated ones, we have this. Heated kale, dead of winter, that has survived weeks of hard frost and is still growing. Unfortunately, not all the kale has been doing quite as well. This one could be doing better, but I suspect once spring rolls around, I'll get to see this jump back up. Let me show you something else. This is heated collard. A little comparison with my hand. Heated collard plant, growing in the winter. And I'll show you what the unheated collard looks like. Right there. This is unheated collard. The little leaf on the top, not doing too hot. I also had seedlings. I have a unheated Siberian kale seedling right here, and it has died. The same seedling planted at the same time in the heated bed is here. Still green, beat up from the cold, but still green, still alive. You can also notice how there's no ice and a little bit of snow in the heated beds, while here in the unheated, there's a lot of ice and snow. Right here we see another kale plant in the heated bed. Right now not doing great, but the new growth looks a little healthier. Right here. Looks a little more springy in life. An exciting thing I had growing earlier in the season was this right here. What you're looking at is cotton. Cotton growing on the roof of a New York City building. Today, it is dead. But these cotton bolls had opened back in October and November, and this one, and this one, and this one had opened before the frost hit on the week of November 20th. So they were sprouting and growing and harvestable. I had unheated cotton planted at the same time last April. and this is what they look like. See? Now you see there's some bowls open. These had all opened after the first frost. So the plant had died, and then the bowls opened. They had not opened while the plant was alive. So, there you have it. New York City cotton. We have another unheated kale plant. Also not doing the best. Well, I also have sage growing. This is unheated sage. And it's seen better days. It'll come back once spring rolls around. But over here is heated sage. I have 2 plants here. They have a little more life to them. They're bigger. Next to it you have a heated broccoli. Now this one had a little bit of stress in its life, but you can see how big it got. Broccoli was also grown here in the unheated, and there it is. Now, the frost has really not helped the broccoli, so that explains why it's not looking too good. And over here is another kale plant that has not been weathering winter too well. Now I have a few of these containers here as a means to try to experiment with growing plants in the winter with cover, something I just started a few months ago. And it's been so cold that I've had a hard time having anything grow, even in the heated beds. But something really exciting I'd like to share is this. Right over here in the heated bed, we have an avocado growing in New York City with a little sprout. You can see under the cover it had other sprouts growing, and right now we have a new one. By the time spring rolls around, I should have an avocado tree grown up that had survived outdoors in the winter of New York City. Another curious thing I'd like to show you. I want you to notice the soil. And now, you can see it's steaming a bit. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but a little bit of moisture coming up. But you see that the ground is workable in all the beds. Let's go to the unheated, where there's ice. See that? That's frozen solid. And a few days ago, when it had been much colder, we had a bit of a warm day here earlier this week. And a few days ago, it was completely frozen solid. Today I can scrape off the top. And that's it. I also have a bunch of strawberry plants growing. This is unheated strawberry. Unheated strawberry. And here's a little unheated strawberry. These will come back once spring comes around. But I'll show you the difference between those and the heated ones. You can see here there's more green to it. Looks a little healthier. Some of these are beat up, obviously, from the cold, but there's more life in them. They've been able to retain their size. There's a little size comparison with my hand. The broccoli plants had been growing really well until we had about 9 Fahrenheit about a month ago. And then about a week or two ago, we had 2 Fahrenheit. And that really just did them in. It's a shame. Another curious little plant I have growing is oregano outside here. All outside. Let's see if we can't find unheated oregano. believe, well, one of them is under here somewhere, under this chunk of ice. And there might be a plant here. At least this is where it was. And right now, I am not seeing oregano. I'll probably have to wait till the frost leaves to check, but right now it's not looking too good. You might notice a few little plants growing here in the unheated, right there. That little leaf there. That is wheat. It's buckwheat that I sowed back in October, if I remember right. Here you can see another buckwheat seedling. It was a little late for a cover crop, but I wanted to see what would happen. And I put some here in the heated. Here's a buckwheat plant. Here's a buckwheat plant. Over here. They took root much faster and grew much faster than in the unheated. In this container, that is what is left of a Mamey sapote tropical tree that was alive in January here in New York, but the stem died, but I believe the seed and the germ underneath it is still alive. So I'm keeping it covered until spring. Well, my thesis is working on an automated irrigation system that'll record water moisture and autonomously water all the beds. And the black hoses you see are the irrigation hose. So I just wanted to share that. Again, thank you for taking the time to watch and listen. And I hope to make more videos and update anyone watching on the state of my plants and my master's thesis as a engineering student, mechanical engineering student at the Cooper Union. Thank you.